this rhythm. Monk on the beat. Monk on the beat.
What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family here, bringing you guys the latest update on our very own Dallas Cowboys. And, of course, as always, thank you so much for joining us here on My Cowboys Family. Of course, we're about to kick off another live stream, catching you guys up on what's going on with the latest at our Dallas Cowboys training camp.
Yeah, I mean, again, guys, yesterday, of course, we couldn't, a lot of hectic stuff going on with the kids going to school here, starting off tomorrow, first official day. So, we've been busting ass the last couple of days. Yesterday, we had to take the night off, but we knew the news wasn't going to be too different yesterday and today, so we're going to discuss it here tonight. Give you almost the latest, I guess you can say. A little delayed today, but again, we'll go over it, talk about it, and then knock out these topics as well as all the new information, the updates on our Cowboys going forward, especially for this game against Jacksonville just around the corner. So you got defense on the right, you got offense on the left. We got to talk about a lot of these guys on your screen tonight. So before we even get rolling here, baby, we got to open things up and celebrate those that keep the channel going and flowing here on the weekly, the nightly, the yearly, monthly, all those leads. And, baby, the takeover by Jason Renfro, who's
right.
representing this thing.
Thank you so much, Jason Renfro, the sponsor of the week,
Yeah.
the weekly membership man. Right now, Jason Renfro is also the stream boss with 33 points, as you can see. And
That's a Damone Clark right there.
Representing as the Cash App King. And these 4 reasons are why he's got all 4 points on the board. So thank you, Jason, representing it there. Much love, of course. And
Yes.
I know at least on the overall leaderboard.
Well, right now, Skeptical Fans got the membership lead as we speak. And when it comes to the overall leader and the Cash App leader, it's the same guy. We got a little takeover going the other way now. You know why he's here. It's Snug X. He's the leader in the Cash App right now. He's a leader on the overall board as of right now. We shall see what happens. This thing continues. Like I said, Skeptical Fan, who's been running the board on the membership gifting side of things for 3 months. Took a L last week to Mr. Jason Renfro, but currently he's up 1-0 right now. It's it's not a real football score there, but it's 1-0 right now. Skeptical Fan, and I say nothing because usually Jason Renfro is on the board as well. So he's got none this week. And, he's the only guy leading right now. The king of the membership gifting, which is one of the best ways to drop in the love here, is Skeptical Fan. Much love to him. You know why he's here. We got a lot of special raffles coming around the corner here from the man Skeptical Fan. So we'll get into that probably another week or so. So much love to him. And, of course, the game's kicking it off here very soon. But we got to kick off shouting out those in the star level membership, like Lincoln Kane, like Mary Alvarez, like Andy Potts. And, of course, like Dwayne Broussard, who dropped a pre-stream $2 holler.
Much love.
Much love to him. We had Skeptical Fan as well in the star level, and also dropping a $3.62 super chat in there.
A classic Go Cowboys.
Hell yeah. And, you also have Jason Renfro in the star level membership, who, by the way, Jason Renfro, though he's still not in the lead, the king of the Cash App, Jason Renfro, did drop a Go Cowboys, $1 holler in the Cash App, and also a $2 thanks. So you just heard different ways. Membership, jumping in there. Tammy Soltis, by the way, back in that navy blue crew. Much love to you, an OG here on the membership board. So much love to Tammy. But again, membership, jumping into that, gifting memberships, the thanks button, super chat. 4 awesome ways to help the channel out, be part of the experience here on My Cowboys Family. But maybe there's also other ways, as you see on your screen here.
Of course, we have the Cash App, money sign, My Cowboys Family, the Venmo at My-Cowboys-Family, your regular PayPal link, and last but not least, of course, the Streamlabs link. Let your comments show up on screen just like a super chat.
You know it, guys. So without further ado, as we roll into this jam-packed MCF live stream on the nightly. Oh, one last shout out, babe. Appreciate everybody there, and appreciate everybody who dropped the love here so far, because
Yes.
Jason Renfro, Dwayne Broussard, Skeptical Fan, star level members, and all pre-stream droppers of love. Thank you, guys. So again, who's in the house tonight, ready to discuss some Dallas Cowboy news, info, and updates?
We have Orion Files, what's up? Tim Pinnell, Tommy Montoya, much love. Cactus G in the place to be. Rolando Rodriguez, all the way from South Texas. JJ Walsh, hello. Kevin Bilbo, what's up? Of course, Dwayne Broussard, the top dog himself. Asmodeus in the house.
Hey, Memphis
Douglas Shepard,
representing.
much love. We have Mari Roberts representing. Skeptical Fan, always staying skeptical. Jason Renfro, of course. Stephen White, what's up?
Hi.
Let me come back down. We have...
See Freedom First also this time. First.
Yes. Texas Twister, what's up? So I think that's everyone here so far. So as people trickle in, of course, I'll keep on rolling with the shout-outs here. But like we said, we still have a little bit of catching up to do from yesterday and today. So, we don't want to keep you guys waiting. And I did see Tim asking, hey, is Zach Martin back? No.
Not yet.
So remember I mentioned a few days ago, that August 9th was kind of that day to look for. So now the Cowboys, if they so choose, they can take 25% of that signing bonus. So $2.34 million on the line for Zach Martin now, officially on top of the daily NFL fines. So he's feeling the squeeze, and the Cowboys know it too. The shout out, by the way, to JJ Walsh, representing here with a $2 holler.
Much love, JJ. In the house.
Appreciate you, of course, and he said the best, fam.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the love and the compliments there.
Welcome to everybody here in the house, of course. Welcome to the family, new and old. We appreciate every single one of you guys. I know we got OGs, JJ in the house, new Gs, recently, becoming part of the family.
All the Gs.
All the Gs. We appreciate everybody, truly, and let's get it rolling here
I
right
hope
away.
he's on the way, but again, as far as we know,
Zach Martin?
still has not been worked out, the front office and Zach Martin's agent stuff.
Yeah, I got a little bit on Zach Martin tonight, so, keep it tuned in here. But, yeah, still trying to get a deal done, I guess. I don't know. I think it's a bad move by the front office, but that's why sometimes we have to say clown show here when it comes to the Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones duo. Now, a duo that, brothers here in the, one in the NFL, Aqib Talib, his brother, Yaqib Talib, was sentenced to 37 years in prison after pleading guilty to murder charges arising from the shooting that happened, about a year ago, I think it was, in August. Last August, of course, a youth football game last August. And remember that coach was a known coach. He got killed, and it was because of Aqib Talib's gun. So, again, he was present. Aqib was also there for the incident. There was an argument on the field. So, again, he's 37 years. There you go. Now, interesting switch here because former Raider wide receiver Henry Ruggs III, who, as we all know, was drunk driving, I think he was going 156 miles per hour.
Crazy ass speed, guys.
Yeah, guys. 2021, November 2021, he got into a drunken drive crash that killed a Las Vegas woman, and the car burned. She thinks she was still alive inside, burning alive. The dog she had a dog too, burning alive inside. The point here is today he was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison. It just seems a little light to me, especially we just heard about Aqib Talib's brother getting 37 years. I'm not saying that one's better than the other. I'm just saying, damn. Like that guy was driving drunk at high speeds. Henry Ruggs Jr. I guess maybe Henry Ruggs III. I guess they figure maybe they ruin his career is kind of another part of it. He gets out in 3 years. Technically, he could, be back in the NFL. I don't know. I'm just saying. Speaking of crazy people in the NFL, Johnny Manziel, his dad was going to fake a heart attack so that Manziel could miss his drug test at the NFL Combine. Remember, he was gonna commit suicide if he got cut from the Browns. This was going on before he got drafted. He was on coke binges and a lot of drug binges, and his dad was going to fake a heart attack to get him to miss that drug test.
Maybe dad could have helped him get off drugs. Pro tip.
Great point there.
Like, I know he's not responsible for what he does, but, like, enabling him I don't think is the answer either. But whatever. What do I know?
Now, as we kind of move into still NFL news here, listen to this. This is crazy. This is going on. I know you guys probably heard this over the last 2 days. But there's an issue going on, it seems like, Eric Bieniemy and the Washington Commander players. Ron Rivera was asked about him, how the players had to adapt to Eric Bieniemy's intensity and how they struggled with it at times. And basically, Ron Rivera admitted that, yes, they've struggled. And they said a lot of guys come up to me, and I just say, go and talk to him, understand what he's trying to get across to you. But then, then they started saying things like, basically, because he hasn't been a head coach, he doesn't really know what he's doing out there with these players. And that's kind of weird saying that about your own guys here, right? Your own offensive coordinator.
Throwing him under the bus here.
In a way, like he says, Eric Bieniemy has an approach, and it's the way he does things, and it's not going to change because he believes in it. Jack Del Rio has his approach. Having been a head coach, I think Jack has a tendency to try to figure guys out a little bit more, as opposed to, hey, this is it, this is the way it's going to be, and that kind of stuff. Eric hasn't had that experience yet. And then they said, when they came to you, did they just feel like Eric was riding them too hard? And Ron Rivera said, quote, well, they just were a little concerned. End quote. A team like the Washington Commanders who always seem to be like
they sound like little
crap.
Kids who don't like what mommy said.
They don't like a little
daddy
tough.
To see if daddy says something different.
That's a great point. That does feel like what it's like over there in Washington and the clown show they got going. Double R in the house dropping a 1-2 on it. A J. Lou $2 holler. What did Double R have to say, baby?
He said, "Sup, MCF and Cowboys Nation."
Hell yeah.
Much love. Thank you, Double R. Appreciate you.
Yes, by the way.
And yes,
Jason
really
Renfro 29 points on there, by the way.
There you go. So, but it really gives you an appreciation for the well-oiled machine that is our current coaching staff. Everyone, I don't know how they get along or not. It does seem like they get along well enough to be able to do their jobs very effectively.
Well, which
to me is the most important part. Now, I do imagine they obviously seem to get along a little bit better than that, but the point is that everyone knows what they're supposed to do. Everyone seems to be doing it and doing it well.
The one thing I'll say, that Ron Rivera is kind of giving us a little behind the scenes here. I'm just saying that to me it sounds like a little Kellen Moore-ish. Saying this is the way it's going to be, whether you like it or not, instead of figuring the guys out. Whether he should say this out loud or not, it's more about saying that the players are concerned about the way he's kind of coaching. I don't know if that means the players are a little bit too hussified. Or maybe he's just not really connecting with the players. Ron Rivera then said he spoke to Eric Bieniemy over his comments yesterday. And Ron Rivera said, quote, I basically told him that I put my foot in my mouth. I think what I said wasn't as clear as I needed it to be. I think the understanding of it is just the fact that I think everybody's making, in my opinion, a little bit more than needs to be made of this. So once again, Ron Rivera, very open and honest. Maybe a little too open and honest, Oh, I'm sorry, what were you saying? I said it?
I'm saying, not you, him, you as in him.
Yeah, he said this, yeah.
We're making a big deal out of what you said. Just say, Ronnie boy.
And that's why he says
Ronald McDonald.
He went to Bieniemy and said, I put my foot in my mouth on this. So, hey, look, they're trying to clear it up. In the meantime, they're in the NFC East, and let's kick their ass.
Not everyone has the kind of sharp media training we get here in Dallas. Oh, yeah. That's all right. Continue.
Cowboys constantly got the media on them. It's funny, when the Jets had it going on with Aaron Rodgers, you guys watched the Hard Knocks thing? It's like, that's every day for the Cowboys. They're getting this year because they got Aaron Rodgers. So we get that. The Cowboys get it every year, and we're 5 wins the previous year, still get that kind of treatment.
It's pretty rare that you see a Cowboy player or a coach really put their foot in their mouth. Usually the person putting their foot in their mouth
is Jerry Jones.
Thank you. That's all.
Good old Jerry Jones.
But you know what?
In his glory hole.
The way he sees it, I own the team. I can say whatever the fuck I want. He's kind of right.
Yeah, but then that stops us from winning Super Bowls at times with some of his stubborn, dumb kind of controlling behavior. In the past, I will say, hopefully this McCarthy thing, if Jerry Jones is bothered about letting McCarthy have more control, I'm happy about that.
Ooh, Cactus G. Interesting point there. He said, Andy Reid covered for Eric. Why do you think he's never gotten a head coaching position? He's just not capable.
Well, again, I don't want to judge it like that, but I do. We have to keep watching the situation, right? You never know. Oh, Stephen White, part of the membership. Why is that, baby?
Because Jason Renfro said, hello, hi, and here you go. Thank you so much, Jason, for that gift and membership.
You know what that means, right? That means that he and Mr. Skeptical Fan earn a 1-1 tie.
Oh, there you go. Congrats to you, Jason. Much love. And, of course, well,
congrats to Steve.
Yeah, Stephen White.
Yeah, Stephen White for getting in that membership.
Drop them if you got them. Enjoy them there. So, Frame Ripper said the Dak hate is too much. It's getting ridiculous and nauseating. The media can only make money when they have the big D in their mouth. And that only gets more and more true every day. And that's why I said that, sometimes Jerry's the one that likes to have the big D in his mouth because he likes everyone talking about our Cowboys.
Talking Cowboys.
He even admits it.
Bad publicity is still good publicity to Jerry Jones. So,
But yeah, some of the Dak stuff definitely gets taken way out of proportion.
Doing this, baby, us doing this for 6+ years, we got used to the Dak hate. We're used to this. It's like, not a big deal anymore. You know what I mean? Like, we know it's coming. And we know Dak hate's always going to be. Dak throws one bad pass in a game, the haters come running out. And as soon as he does 3 throws for 3 touchdowns, the haters go hiding again. They wait. Thank you
again, Jason. Much love.
Ooh, another one.
He drops another gift.
Who got in that, baby?
Landlord from Wakanda.
Ooh.
Gets to enjoy that.
Jason Renfro breaking that tie, not just on the. He was actually kind of tied with Skeptical Fan on the overall board. Guess what? Broke that tie and also broke the tie in the 1-1. Now it's 2-1. We got a safety for Jason Renfro. Skeptical got a 1920s. I don't know. 1920s penalty kick. It's 2-1. Jason winning in the membership gifting side of things.
Thank you so much there, and congrats again, Landlord from Wakanda.
Landlord in the house.
So what's up, traveling fools? So let me roll back a little bit more. Read another comment here. Mike Aldana said, "Until they prove otherwise, they belong where they're at." As far as the coaches, I'm assuming, like Bieniemy and all.
I mean, again, that we'll see what happens. I mean, I think we'll have to wait and see on what develops there in Washington. This is his first year as a different team's offensive coordinator.
Very good point.
Snoop Dogg in the house, Jason Renfro in the house with that $420 holler right there in the super chat.
You. Much love. And like you just said, dropping a $4, $20 holler there. Go Cowboys.
$20.
$4.20. Oh, man.
Oh, man. Much love, Jason. And you know what he said? Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
You know it. Traveling Fools knows it. It's always Go Cowboys.
Okay, yeah. Mike Aldana was referring to the Commanders in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, going back to the NFL, listen, let's finish the NFL news because in the end, we do have to touch on things in the NFL that's always adjacent to the Dallas Cowboys, but in this case, not really too much, although it's running back adjacent. Marlon Mack. I didn't talk about him yesterday. Yesterday he got injured. He tore his Achilles for the Cardinals.
Ouch.
And the crazy thing is, it was a couple days ago, he tore his Achilles. He's going to miss the entire 2023 NFL season. He had just signed about 3 days before that with the Cardinals. And it's the second time he has the same injury in his career. It looks like it's not. It's going to be a guy that's probably going to end up not being able to have a complete career because of the Achilles tear 2 times in his career so far. So free agent Kareem Hunt, interesting, right? We're hearing his name. Dalvin Cook. You got Zeke out there. You got a couple other names. So Kareem Hunt's another big running back name out there. Still a free agent. He left Indianapolis with no deal. Colts made an offer. The two sides were unable to reach an agreement. So either the Colts lowballed him or he was trying to go for too much. The point is, he's getting continued interest, supposedly getting continued interest from other teams. Now, what do the Colts do? They passed on a couple of running backs right now. They signed, immediately after that, they signed free agent running back Jason Huntley. So is that part of their fix for the running back spot with what's it, Jonathan Harris? Is that his name, Harris? Well, anyways, the point is that if he's out there, they're trying to find another running back. This is the best guy they got, I guess, Jason Huntley. I mean, they're not going to spend the Kareem Hunt money, I guess, that Kareem Hunt, Zeke, Dalvin Cook are asking for. They also signed free agent tight end Ricky Seals-Jones to the Colts. So just quick little updates there. Now, I'm going to get into a little quick stat, but first, let's talk about that $2 holler from Calvin Richard in the house.
Thank you, Calvin.
What did the man have to say?
He said, "What's the update on the Mazi injury?"
We got that coming for you there, Calvin. Just, I'm going to tell you this. It's good news. It's good news, and we got a little more information than just yesterday. It's great news.
Yeah, thankfully the Cowboys are like Neo in the Matrix right now when it comes to pretty much any kind of like super serious situation at least. So very, very lucky. Knock on wood, right? So again, got to give all the credit constantly to our strength and conditioning staff because they're obviously working miracles out here trying to keep these guys on the field in one piece.
We're going to go over everything on that and the injury stuff. Trust me, in detail. That's pretty much the most important thing, truly, of the last day and a half, 2 days. But so the Cowboys will probably be careful with all these guys. Keep that in mind. Now, you talk about playing this game against Jacksonville. I don't know if they're going to throw any guy who's been bumped or bruised the last couple of days into this game against Jacksonville. But the fact that they're still out there, you'll see what I mean in a minute, guys. That's part of the great news. So
being very delicate with even the smallest of bruises.
Yeah, see, he breaks, by the way, breaking something here. It's breaking a tie there for Calvin Richard. He's now, I think, in sixth place all by himself.
There you
go. Much love, Calvin. Appreciate you now. And by the way, Jason Ramfo, 31 points. A Tyler Coyle on that stream boss. Now, the fastest paced offenses. This is not fourth quarter when you're down by a lot. This is quarters 1, 2, and 3 only. Last year, the number one fastest paced offense, the Dallas Cowboys, believe it or not. And I think the Cowboys are going to be faster paced this year with McCarthy. And I'm surprised we were up there. The second team was the Chargers. So they should be the first team this year if they got Kellen Moore.
Yeah, something about it certainly didn't feel that way. But it also kind of makes sense why the Chargers were such big fans of Kellen Moore. Obviously,
good point.
One way or the other, he obviously fit what they were trying to do.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see what happens against good defenses when he's out there playing the Cowboys in Week 6 or whatever we play him. So the Chargers are second, Chiefs fast-paced, Bills next, and Vikings next. The top 5 there. The Eagles were seventh fast in the pace of their offense. You have the Giants right at 16, and the last 5 teams there, the Giants were at 16, right in the middle. The worst 5, the slowest offensive teams. The Rams, which we'll be seeing them in Dallas there for the family, will be going out there, us. The Ravens, the Bears, the Packers, and the Washington Commanders, again, they're the worst. They're the slowest paced offensive team last year in the NFL, quarters 1, 2, and 3. So just a little insight on how the Cowboys were doing. Now, when you talk about insight, when you look at our schedule, I know everybody could throw I see a lot of the guesstimations on what the Cowboys are going to be at the end of the year. That's not what I'm asking here, though. The odds for the Cowboys, how they will finish this season. If you look at the odds makers right now in casinos all across Vegas and all across Earth, to miss the playoffs, the Cowboys had an 8-5 chance to miss the playoffs. 160. It's basically, it's 160 to 1 odds basically. In that way, when you break it down, to lose in the wild card round, that is actually a better chance that actually happens than being not in the playoffs. To lose in the wild card round, 320 to 1. You're seeing at 16-5 in that sense, 7-2 odds, 350 to 1 odds to lose in the divisional round. So again, you're seeing the number going up. Of course, losing a conference championship game, 27-4 odds right there, and to lose in a Super Bowl, 14 to 1 odds. To win a Super Bowl, it's not bad, 16 to 1 odds.
I agree.
So we're definitely a team that is
contending,
a top 5 type team in the NFL. At the very least, you got to say that about this team, minus, knock on wood, no injuries. We're going to be in the running here for something in the playoffs, looking at this. So, and we knew this already. This is something we know as Cowboy fans. Now, when you look at
it's up to us to see how far we can take it from there. No one seems to doubt that this team should be in the postseason for the most part, right?
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, everyone believes a top 3 team in the NFC, a top 5 to 6 team in the NFL. And I think that the last 2 years of 12-5 records and wild card loss, divisional round loss, but we're going up. We're getting better and better.
Yep.
It's a slow move, a snail's crawl, but still, we're getting better. The trajectory is still going up, and I think we went up a little higher because no Kellen Moore there and Mike McCarthy kind of feeling around to the player rather than forcing you into the scheme.
Now, the postseason starts in preseason, so let's kind of bring it back to now.
Yeah, of course. But I'm trying to say the Cowboys, as in this offseason, you heard the rankings, right? The top 100 in the NFL, right? Dallas Cowboys landed 7 players. We talked about this already. The 7 players the Cowboys landed in the top 100, voted on by the players. DeMarcus Lawrence was 99th, Zach Martin 68th, Trayvon Diggs 60th, Dak Prescott 56th, Tony Pollard, 55th, CeeDee Lamb 34th, and of course Micah Parsons top 10, right? He was 9th overall player, best player in the NFL. Only one team has more than the 7 of the Cowboys. The 49ers have 9 players on this list, so hence why they're one of the top teams in the NFC as well as us. Zach Martin, by the way, I want to bring it back here to Zach before we get to this practice and the updates on the injuries. Let's start off with Zach Martin. And of course, as you guys are going to see, and I've played this before, some of you guys don't always catch it every single time, so I'm going to play it here. Zach Martin, you can watch him working out here back in Dallas area. O-line masterminds, of course, Duke Manyweather. You'll see him on the left side of the screen and when the camera changes angles here on the left side. But the point here is, this is where Zach Martin is still working hard to get back on that field in Oxnard or wherever. Right now, there's no word on what's going on. And if you look at the way his money is going to cost him, when you look at Jerry Jones, Zach Martin's base salary is $1.7 million this year. The restructure bonuses already is in his pocket, cannot be taken away, but he would still lose about $100,000 a week as opposed to 1/17 of $14 million. So, again, he's still going to lose money, but it's not as bad as it would have been if he didn't restructure these contracts, right? So, Zach Martin's still going to get paid. You know, he'll get paid or he won't show up is kind of where we're sitting on him here right now. Again, he, to me, still losing $100,000 is something. Right now he's getting fined, what, $50,000 a day? Right?
I don't know,
right now it's $50,000 a day. So this is $100,000. What his number is going to be, a 1/17 of his contract, is the $1.7 million. That's the base salary. That's the only portion that can be taken away from him. So he, at most, it feels like he'll also only lose 1.7 in his pocket. He might have to pay fines, but that's what he'll lose as far as the money he has there. So it just seems like that's one way that they're trying to lean on him. But again, the restructure actually hurt him in some ways and helped him in some ways.
Just a
right?
final reminder here, though. Remember that he has a $500,000 de-escalator.
Correct. That's true, too.
So that would be on top of anything that happens there. So let's say he's down to that $1.2 million. Well, you're going to have to take another $500,000 off of that, possibly.
But see, that's when you talk about the $9 million that's been pushed forward. The fact that Jerry Jones can use that kind of overrides everything. If he takes that away on top of $100,000 a game that he's going to lose, the $500,000, the $500,000 day escalator,
losing $1 million total on your base salary is nothing compared to the $9.34 million that Jerry just took from your signing bonus.
And he can just take that. He can take that at a certain point. Jerry, he doesn't want to sour that situation, but that's what he can do. So
again, I'm assuming that truly, out of all the things that we've discussed here as far as like why Jerry's waiting it out, I'm assuming that really is the reason why Jerry is comfortable with waiting Zach Martin out, because he knows at the end of the day,
Zach's going to crack.
Yeah, he has the potential and the ability to basically take much more money than Zach Martin can afford to lose, and he's betting on the fact that Zach Martin is not going to miss a season. So,
well, again, that's going to be it's going to be a tough move on both these sides, and Jerry's decided to put his foot in the ground now and draw the line in the sand now, and I don't know. This is a Hall of Famer. Probably deserves to get a couple $1 million more.
Right?
I mean, again, Zach Martin. Anyone's gonna get a couple million, and he only wants 20. He wants 17 million. I mean, I don't know. I think the Cowboys. We have no guards on this team outside of Tyler Smith.
What he wants outside of he wants to get paid closer to some of the top guards in the league right now. So outside of that very general demand, we don't really know. And since the Cowboys haven't really done a single thing to appease Zach Martin, right? Like they haven't even offered him like an extra $1 million or $2 million as far as we're aware. I don't know.
No,
I
we
can
don't
see
know.
why he's upset. He's
Cowboys
like, damn, give me something here.
Well, we're gonna have to wait and see on that. And again, Zach Martin's still putting in the work. Listen, it'd be horrible if the Cowboys ruined this relationship. I think giving him a couple $1 million more a year for 2-3 years is not. It's far from the worst situation. It's not going to break the bank. And it's not going to hurt us with any other extensions either.
Stephen White said we don't negotiate with terrorists. Well, the Joneses do it all the time, apparently not with their elite guards.
They just not with their Hall of Fame guys. They do it with guys that are far from Hall of Famers. Anyways, moving on from that, that's the real Zach Martin kind of insight there. Speaking of money, real quick, no picture on this one, but Malik Hooker. His extension, when you look at how much they hit us on the cap, that's why you're saying, why are we still over $20 million after giving Malik Hooker this extension? The extension has cost the Cowboys $250,000. That is it on the cap this year. His cap number was 4.32. Now it's 4.57. It went up $250,000, $250,000. All went up on the cap. So that's what we have. We had 20.9. Now we have 20.8. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We still have the same amount of money left over on this cap. So don't let them fool you that we can't afford a guard to maybe take some pressure off the Zach Martin situation and help out our offensive line. I don't know. This is where we're at right now with the situation. Now, running back, I know we've discussed this earlier. Let's just go back for a second because there's betting odds once again for Ezekiel Elliott and Dalvin Cook and who's going to be their next team. Dalvin Cook's next team, 2 to 3 odds, 150 to 1 odds. It's the Dolphins. The Dolphins seem to be the leaders on that. The Jets are next, and then the Cowboys, 6 to 1 odds on Dalvin Cook. Zeke's next team, they say 3 to 2 odds right there. 150 to 1 odds for the Jets. The Patriots are next on that list, 2 to 1 odds. The Dolphins, 7 to 2 odds, and then the Cowboys, 5 to 1 odds. So they got Zeke at 5 to 1 odds. They got Dalvin Cook at 6 to 1 odds to come to Dallas. I think there's neither going to come to Dallas, in my opinion. If the Cowboys are doing what I think they're doing, just kind of concentrating on maybe drafting running backs from here on out rather than paying running backs like they did with Zeke, and that kind of cost us. So again, it sounds like also Dalvin Cook and Zeke want a lot more money than what the market for the running backs are worth right now. So, it's kind of any quick couple of comments before we get started with yesterday's practice press conference and information about our players going into the practice.
So, yeah, Bruce got the toxic juice. It said MCW, the clown show is just negotiating in the public. So, exactly. Cactus G said, I wonder if Zach knows how much money he can lose.
Positive he does.
If we have this information, 99.9% positive Zach Martin has it as well. I think the bigger question is what's going on with either his agent or our front office or whatever, that things have escalated to the point where he's losing millions of dollars. Like, one thing to hold out or whatever, but I don't know. Even I have to admit, it feels a little bit tricky.
After Zach Martin basically pushed his contract forward for the Joneses, 6-year deal, restructured for the Cowboys and the team to sign more players, underpaying him for 2 years solid, 10th, 14th, 16th highest paid guard. Now he wants a little bit more, not even $20 million, which is what he's worth. He wants $17 a year instead of $14, and the Joneses are going to hold. That's my issue. That's where they're going to hold it now to show that they can use this new rule and embarrass their freaking player. To me, it's a dumb move for the Cowboy. To me, it's the clown show. Just saying.
Does feel very clown showy.
It feels like a circus a little bit,
And Cactus G also throwing out there that the Cowboys would probably have to restructure Dak or re-sign him and do whatever they want to with his contract to open up the cap space for Zach Martin. But Bruce got the toxic juice. He really had said it earlier. He said re-signing Zach would create more cap space for the team. Don't let the clown show fool you.
Exactly. You just move a little money forward. That's what they're going to do. That's what you always do with a contract.
The same way they did with, guess what, Malik Hooker and Trayvon Diggs. And literally every other
Donovan
contract
Wilson,
that they have done and continue to do.
Exactly. We restructured Brandon Cooks' contract the next 2 years. We got a great contract structure from Brandon Cooks. I mean, players get their money and their guarantees. The owners get to move around money the way they want to when it comes to the end. You got to pay the piper. And in the end, you stretch that money out, you're making money on the cap. And that's what the Joneses are doing. And you guys, and again, it's easy to, when you do that, it's easy to blame the player as well on that. Oh, well, he should be happy with his money or he's going to kill our team. No. There's always enough pie. The pie is a freaking lie. Don't believe Stephen Jones and them. So now let's get it rolling into what Mike McCarthy's portion of this thing is. Yesterday, he did speak at River Ridge Complex there, the River Ridge Complex in Oxnard. Yeah, the big kahuna there in Oxnard, California. While, pre-practice yesterday, he said, quote, "I'm here to win a championship. Make no bones about that." So we're here to win a championship, baby. You know it. Now, again, to me, he didn't have to say that, but, it's good to see the focus is still on the prize. Now, Tony Pollard. I don't know if you guys knew, but Tony Pollard, we did discuss this. I'm pretty sure I have it out there already posted. But Tony Pollard was not at practice for the second straight day. All right, of course, the Monday practice, Tuesday practice, both days, no Tony Pollard. It was personal reasons, right? We know the reason now is because he had the birth of his baby daughter. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But again, Tony Pollard.
The Cowboys are trying to breed their own new flock here.
And we got a whole new team coming here, next generation. Because you had Turpin recently and other players. Pollard, McCarthy said about Pollard that he's going to return with the Cowboy team last night. And then Pollard was going to address the reason for him being gone from practice in the next couple of days, which we already know the reason why he has not spoken on that yet, though, but we know the reason why is because of the birth of his child. What about Schoonmaker, a guy who's really in the crosshairs of one of our ballers here, Mark Hovsepian, and with good reason, because it's not his fault necessarily, it's the Cowboys front office fault. And Schoonmaker, we're trying to think, is he going to get on the field to do anything out there? Mike McCarthy said yesterday that Schoonmaker will, quote, take some padded team reps. Again, guys, the rookie second-round pick is working into this offense, after he debuted on Monday, as we saw here already on MyCowboysFamily. McCarthy also said that, about Luke Schoonmaker, sorry about that, guys, that they're going to, quote, learn a little bit more about him. And this was yesterday, right? So we're going to see the video here in a minute. But getting him on the field more in individual drills and some of the, almost like the 5-on-7 drills that they're going to have when you have, you have Schoonmaker there going up against some coverage. That's what we saw yesterday. What we're going to see yesterday from McCarthy. Of course, we know it did happen there. So not full go, but they're going to work him into select team drills again with lesser. Not a full 11-on-11, but, the 5-on-7s or the 7-on-9s, whatever it may be. You did see Schoonmaker, number 86, in the mix, which is good news. Ronald Jones, another guy who's injured with a groin issue, is not practicing. Monday got hurt. Tuesday did not practice. Out, according to McCarthy, he didn't say 100%, but he said probably out for the preseason game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, which means more reps, not for Pollard, but more reps for Deuce Vaughn, more reps for Malik Davis, more reps for Rico Dowdle, and more reps for Tyler Lipke. These four guys will get a lot of reps, quarters 1, 2, 3, 4 of this Jacksonville game on Saturday. So keep an eye out for all of that. That's all per Mike McCarthy. He also talked about Kevontae Turpin. Interesting thing here, baby. Kevontae Turpin, according to McCarthy, will not be used as a returner, punt returner or kickoff returner in the preseason.
Okay. Interesting.
But you're going to see him on offense a lot more. He's going to get a lot of reps at receiver for the Cowboys in this first preseason game. And his role on offense this year could be, again, according to McCarthy, possibly larger for him. But McCarthy also made it clear it's up to Turpin to make that happen. So you see some of the highlights. I think we're going to play here. He dropped the pass in the back of the end zone on a drill. But he has really good hands, soft hands. So it's a one drop. I think if you use him right, he's a weapon for the Cowboys.
I kind of like the way that this is being approached, though, just because I feel like if I'm Turpin, that lights a fire under my ass. Exactly. Like, no more just gifting positions just because we like these types of guys, right? Nothing against our previous rosters or anything. You get what I'm trying to say? But, now everybody has to earn their spot, especially those guys that, are a little bit more, let's call them gadget-type guys, right? Or more specialty guys, right? You can't just throw them in there every play. You have to know how to use them and use them correctly to get the most out of them. If not, they're going to be a shitty player.
I agree. And, that's what I think we're going to see with Turpin. Let him earn that receiver, fourth or fifth receiver role there where he can be used in some of the rotations that we have there. We might only play him for 3 drives, but we can do a lot of things with him, not just a gadget player, right? So we're going to see if his role is bigger. And preseason is going to be the determining factor for Turpin. So keep an eye on him, number 9 for this preseason game. Now, McCarthy said that running back Malik Davis, number 34, one of my favorite guys from last year's training camp, undrafted, and I thought from the beginning, I called this one, he was going to make this 53. He didn't make the 53, but he said he was going to make this team. And I thought that, if the Cowboys needed to bring him up, they would. They did. And he did great. I think didn't he make the 50? I think he might have made the 53. Either way, Malik Davis earned it. And now, a little bit in the doghouse after that Niner game, McCarthy said that Malik Davis is, quote, a very, very natural runner. Basically, his route running out of the backfield has improved. His pass protection has improved. A good thing to hear there. He said he's having a very strong training camp, along with Rico Dowdle as well. McCarthy said that Rico has probably the most impressive pass protection pickups of camp. So basically, he's picking up a lot of the protection there. Rico Dowdle looking good, number 23, in case you want to see him. And don't forget, again, Tyler Lipke, I think he's number 43. Fullback type guy. It's going to be interesting to see the way he is used in the preseason game. So I'm looking forward to the running back, fight there for the last, 2 spots there or so on that, the running back, depth chart there. So we'll see. Now, remember we talked about Damon Arnett, the guy who's going to be the former Raider who said he was going to come out to Dallas and meet the Cowboys soon. Mm-hmm. The Cowboys Mike McCarthy basically and the Cowboys say there is no truth to report on this. The Cowboys have not planned to meet this, troubled former NFL cornerback, no matter what he said. According to not McCarthy, but the Cowboy front office, this is not a meeting that's happening. So I'm going to go back on what I said on Monday, and I'm going to say this is a guy putting his name there for the star. Again, if he's lying about it, then that's the only thing I can see about it, right? I mean, if he's saying I'm going to see the Cowboys, the Cowboys saying,
I guess, but that seems a little.
Well, the Cowboys are saying, well, we're not meeting with him. We never said we're going to meet with him, which means obviously someone's not telling the truth. Arnett doesn't have a good backing to his situation. Not that the Cowboys do, but just saying. So Mike McCarthy also spoke on Micah Parsons, and he said, "quote Micah is a bad matchup for pretty much any offensive tackle in the league right now." And again, this is in reference to Tyron Smith's struggles with Micah Parsons. McCarthy continued saying, quote, Micah's practice Saturday was probably about the most dominant of a practice that you can recall that I can recall from a defensive player. And then you turn around and look at his GPS, which is, his numbers from practice, and he says it matched the film. So the great numbers that they had, on the field about Micah and all the stuff they were kind of tracking him there, when they looked at the film, it all matched up. It wasn't like they were exaggerating. It wasn't like they were, misreading some of these things. No, he is that dominant. Micah Parsons is that dominant, destroying the offenses in every way, stopping the run, sacking the quarterback, whatever. He's just very disruptive. As we all know, Micah is the king there, the king of the jungle. Now, Tyron Smith, speaking of that, Mike McCarthy was asked, how is Tyron Smith's confidence doing since he's getting beat up here by Micah?
We've seen him take a few beatings there.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's been knocked around there by Micah Parsons.
Very atypical of Tyron Smith, even if it is training camp.
Yeah, and Mike McCarthy said this about his confidence, quote, I don't feel Tyron has a confidence problem. Micah is a bad matchup for anybody. He reiterated that. Again, so beaten multiple times by Micah in camp, but other than that, he's been playing. I think that he's been playing fantastic. Just stay healthy, Tyron Smith. Micah is not human. He's out of this world.
Even McCarthy basically just said, that's
you can't really judge him against Micah.
It's just Micah.
Yeah,
I guess that's just how Micah is.
Yeah, that's the Micah Parsons, I guess situation. He great for your defense, but he's going to make your best offensive players look crappy. Now, McCarthy also spoke about other offensive linemen like guard Tyler Smith. He's, again, I call him a guard because he's playing guard, left side player, but he's a left guard, left tackle. McCarthy said, quote, I really like the path that he's on because he does some incredible things freakishly. He had a block in the 9-on-7 yesterday that you just don't see every single day. This is, the block that he had was against Osa Odigizua and just knocked him right out the screen. So, again, that video is up on our, a recap, so check him out, guys, if you have not seen it yet. Matt Farniok, where is he going to play? Right now, had a kind of up and down training camp, had some issues when he was playing guard, which last year we saw him start at guard a couple of times, had issues then as well. So the issues are still there at guard. That's an issue that scares me when it comes to depth behind Tyler Smith. If he has to go to left tackle one day, who's playing that left guard spot? I hope it's not Matt Farniok, but again, he's still being focused now more on center. We had Brock Hoffman doing center. Now Farniok is doing a little more center there, which is obviously he plays all 5 spots on the offensive line. Matt Farniok, 7th round pick from a couple years ago, but his number 1 spot is center, like in his career. So he's going back to the maybe more natural, comfortable position for him going forward. Brock Hoffman now is being used at the right guard spot as Zach Martin's holdout continues. I'm just going to tell you guys a little secret here. All right. Now, I don't know if you agree with the Zach Martin situation or not, but if Zach Martin is not there and Brock Hoffman, number 67, is in there, we're in fucking trouble. Big time trouble. Just saying. So it's going to be a situation where it could hurt players. It could hurt quarterback. It could hurt a lot of people. And we'll take some ugly losses here without him. Now, again, going back to Brock Hoffman for a second, according to McCarthy, I mean, the feeling, and he didn't say this, but if Zach Martin misses the season opener against the Giants, again, Brock Hoffman is sounded like he was the more favorite from McCarthy today, from yesterday when he said this. But
are we all excited?
McCarthy said that this is not a great thing about Josh Ball. He said, quote, Josh, he's, who's 6'7". He said he has tremendous knee bend. That was the most he could say about Josh Ball, who, again, is the biggest bust right now that you can see there in that fourth round of a couple years ago. Not a very good one there. So again, McCarthy kind of just letting us know some basics going on. Then we had practice start up, and then we had some injuries. So let me first and foremost, let me get my guy here, Mike McCarthy, off the screen real quick. There he goes. He's out of there. And what happened with Mazi
Double
Smith?
R said it. Cowboys got a tight end instead of a guard in the draft. That was the decision we made.
That's one that I think we all have the biggest issue with here until it plays out. We got to see what happens. But let's go to the injury situation. Mazi Smith. Now, he got injured, and I wouldn't say he got injured. He had an injury or some kind of issue before practice really got going. So, first-round pick, Mazi Smith, did not practice yesterday in Oxnard. And he was, at that point, it was just announced he was getting a precautionary MRI on his knee. And we the only thing we do know is that he's been battling tendonitis in training camp, this whole training camp. Now, that was one concern. Opening camp already, but opening the practice yesterday, day 9, that's what we have to hear. Then, on doing some punt coverage drills, a collision, unfortunately, there for safety, Wanye Thomas walked off the field limping with head athletic trainer Jim Moorer. Had the collision. Again, so far, Wanye, number 30, hasn't been impressive. I think I want to see him play against Jacksonville, but he was kind of wobbly walking off. I'm assuming nothing more has been kind of spoken about. I'm assuming he came back into practice and he was okay. Thank goodness. So we escaped an injury there on a guy who's a depth guy who seems to be kind of up and coming. Another safety for the Cowboys. I mean, we got 6, 7 solid safeties, I think. So you have that situation. Then you have on the mojo moment, and Cooper Rush threw a long pass to David Durden, trying to make this team in some way, in practice squad way, wide receiver, crashing to the ground. He did make the catch, get the touchdown, got up, and then kind of folded over. He officially suffered a concussion when he dove to make that deep touchdown catch, which he did make. He might make the practice squad because of that catch, guys. So Durden is not now, because of the concussion situation, he's not expected to play against Jacksonville, which hurts a guy who doesn't get many opportunities, right, in a game. Another injury that occurred, guys, and I don't know how again, a rookie, not Mazi, but another defensive lineman, Viliami Fehoko, Junior Fehoko. He was, of course, a 4th-round pick. Officially has a shoulder strain. And, multiple reports coming from that. So, Fehoko...
So here are all the preseason bumps and bruises.
Fehoko getting a little delayed there on his work, trying to impress. He's been a little bit late on impressing right now. Fehoko, they're going to work with him, I guess, a more of a long-term thing than a this-year kind of guy. Tyler Biadasz. Now, to me, this is the other big one on both sides of literally they're playing against each other. Look at our thumbnail. You'll see they go up against each other all the time. Tyler Biadasz, guys, he left practice yesterday, early in practice, during the mojo moments, rolled his ankle. And obviously, we had a little issue last year against the Tennessee game. We lost him for the rest of the regular season. Luckily, got him back for the Buccaneer game. But Biadasz left practice, rolled his ankle. Again, at first it was he should be okay because he did get kind of walk off the field. They took him to the tent, checked him out, kind of walked back on the field for a little bit, and then walked completely off the field, not to the tent, and then we didn't see him again. So they're saying he should be okay, but again, a portion of practice, Tyron Smith were on the out. I think those guys were, rotating around there. You got Terrence Steele, Josh Ball, Brock Hoffman, Farniok, and Chuma Edoga. Those are the 5 starters. Not very good when you're looking at our defense, going to kill us, and you're seeing the 5 starters. Terrence Steele, which is great, and then you got Josh Ball next to him at right guard, where Zach Barnes should be. You got Brock Hoffman at center, Farniok at guard, and Edoga at the left tackle spot. That's the disgraceful depth we have right there. I'm just going to let you know. So that's how scary things go when you lose a guy or two on that offensive line. Now, injury updates on these guys. First and foremost, let's talk about Tyler Biadasz. Rolled his ankle, returned, was pulled as a precaution. He exited the practice, guys, according to multiple reports. The injury is not considered serious. The quote of "he's good" with the person familiar with the outlook, is the word on Biadasz. And I'll keep going on this in a minute, so keep this in the background here. And again, Mazi Smith, what's his injury update? Knee tendonitis, guys. The precautionary MRI, little indication right now of any major concern. it looks like it's tendonitis is what the final ruling was on that.
Okay.
David Durden again left to be evaluated, but he was on the concussion protocol. It looks like he's on concussion protocol. He's not going to play against Jacksonville. Mazi Smith did go and get that MRI, and he also we heard he's good for Tyler Biadasz. We heard a quote, he's fine, from people familiar with the situation for Mazi Smith. Great news for both Biadasz. Great news for Mazi Smith. And seeing Mazi Smith leaving yesterday, practice, there was no brace. There was no wrap around that knee or that leg. Where he got the MRI.
That's obviously a very positive sign.
Yeah, with that MRI getting checked there on either knee. So that's a great news there. And again, let me reiterate this. Yesterday, no one was really worried about Mazi Smith's situation. One of the reasons why we didn't rush to really go and dig deeper on this, if it was a major issue, we would have definitely forced ourselves to sleepwalk through it and gone live. But again, had the MRI, great news, revealed no more than a little tendonitis. And the Cowboys have evening walkthroughs. Last night they had an evening walkthrough, which Mazi Smith participated in. Last night.
Okay.
So, today of course was a break from practice. All right, and today, when you look at today, I want to stay here for a minute because when you look at today, there was a rainy Oxnard day. There was no fans. It was a walkthrough mock game situation as they're just in regular, their jerseys and shorts and cleats, and that's it, right? They're not wearing helmets or anything. So again, this is like since like this century, and the Cowboys been in Oxnard. This is like the third time it's rained since the Cowboys have been there. So this mock game walkthrough here, who was back in the mix? Well, Tony Pollard was back in the mix, guys. Rejoined the team after missing a couple of practices for the birth of his daughter. And now let me get back to the guy here, Mazi Smith, who with the knee tendonitis. And I'm going to move him over here, baby. We got Tyler Biadasz, Mazi Smith. Guess what's going on in the field, baby? I'll ask you. Guess what was going on in the field?
What do you mean?
Well, they were out there. Oop, wrong one. They were out there going up against each other in today's practice. So, again, guys, Mazi Smith with that knee.
You meant something like different.
I thought that. Okay, that's the whole point of this thumbnail is that you're seeing this is literally from today in their walkthrough in the background there. You're seeing it. Tyler Biadasz on the left side of your screen, Mazi Smith on the right side. Again, defensive tackle who plays that 0 tech, 3 tech in that range. That plays over center. Tyler Biadasz, of course, the center. He plays that position. He plays against that guy all the time. They went up against each other today. And today, this is the update, is that they're both good and they're both on the field today. So great to see that. Both these guys, Tyler Biadasz with the rolled ankle, Mazi Smith with the knee tendonitis, both present at the walkthrough with no braces, no wraps, no nothing on those knees for either guy or ankles. For Biadasz.
Thank goodness.
Positive sign for both these guys. Now, will they play in this game against Jacksonville? I don't know if Mazi's going to play. I doubt it. Will they be practicing tomorrow's padded practice? Probably not. But don't worry. It's just called rest. And I think after this game, they get back into the swing of things, in my opinion, on that. That's my thought on this. But, today, as far as today's walkthrough, you see that photo back there of the of those guys, and these guys were battling each other today once again. It was good to see Jabril Cox, number 14 linebacker, getting all of his mock game work in rotation, sometimes on the field at the same time as LVE and Damone Clark, which were the first teamers, right? So he's kind of got some first team reps today for Jabril Cox. You guys know why? He's going to play probably a lot of snaps there against the Jaguars on Saturday night. And since Micah Parsons wasn't really being used today too much, because, again, this practice is really about this game coming up, and so you're not going to get a lot of the starters doing a lot of stuff out there, Micah Parsons was the play caller. He was calling plays for the first team defense in this morning's walkthrough. So, again, he was on the field for the walkthrough, but he was the one calling all the plays. He was the one setting up all the players. It wasn't Dan Quinn. It was Micah Parsons. So he's kind of playing quarterback at that linebacker, edge rush role there. Dan Quinn... Well, in the meantime, Dan Quinn was busy on the field with the players that were actually going to play on Saturday against Jacksonville. So Dan Quinn was coaching the guys that need to be coached for this Jacksonville game on defense. Micah Parsons in the walkthrough was doing the play calls for the defense against, Mike McCarthy and his play calls. So I don't know what you think about that. I think that's great to see. And I should take these guys out the way because it's all about Micah Parsons on this one, in my opinion.
We kind of said it earlier, but basically Micah Parsons is influencing this camp like in every single possible way. His intensity is clearly rubbing off in a few different ways.
I mean, again, the way that let me get them out of the way. The way that Micah Parsons is already engulfed and knows the Dan Quinn defense to a point where he can call every play. If the connection goes out, he can still call the play. He knows what to do. He knows what the cornerback's doing, the interior defensive tackle, the safety. He knows what everyone's doing. And he knows where they need to be on the field.
Shout out to Micah
that's
as well
coaching
when it
to me.
comes to his
That's a Micah coach right there.
Leadership skills as well, because that I'm just saying like that is a big leadership step too, because that means he can obviously help his teammates and help to make sure that everyone is supposed to be where they're at and they know their assignments, they know what they have to do. So
exactly,
pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think that Micah is just showing another skill he has, that he understands the game like this. I mean, another way of getting even better, right? It's another way of imagine if he's so cerebral on the field that he can figure out what would work best and where people would work best on the fly. He's got that skill, and he's got that the ability to coach while on, kind of Michael Jordan-ish. You know what I mean, guys? That would take him to help him take him to that elite level. I mean, maybe one of the best of all time kind of level. You know, we never know. Now, there's no one's talking ish other than the haters about Micah Parsons. He's one of the best to do it, probably maybe one of the best that'll ever do it. But the guy who always gets shit talked about him, we know, it's Dak Prescott. And I'm moving over here to the middle. Because, as you know, two of the biggest violators of the shit talking of Dak Prescott is Emmanuel Acho and LaShawn McCoy from their little program there. Was it Unspeakable, Unspoken? So
Undisputed or whatever?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's, the point is that both these guys, Acho and McCoy, talk shit about Dak Prescott on the continuously daily every opportunity they get. And this week we know they made some more controversial comments about Dak. I talked about that, a couple days ago. McCoy, the disrespect that Dak is taking from Trayvon Diggs, it means that players don't respect him. They're just trying to start up shit, right? They were at the Cowboys training camp day 9 yesterday. And they were there strutting around, walking around. You see McCoy, LaShawn McCoy, Shady McCoy, posted the picture of himself in front of the Cowboy, entrance for the training camp area there. Said, quote, stopping by the Dallas Cowboys camp. Emmanuel Acho also with a picture of him and McCoy on the field saying, quote, when the fans speak, I listen. They said, if you're going to talk about the Cowboys, you better show up to practice. So show up we did. So Acho and him and McCoy kind of saying like, hey, we showed up. We were here. We saw it. He was called out because he didn't stay too long. They said he didn't even stay for any of the practice. But Acho,
high and by?
Well, Emmanuel Acho then said and posted on this. He said, quote, we stayed for the first 45 minutes of the 2-hour practice because we have a live daily show to get to. And it was interesting because, again, he made that comment like that. They stayed basically for the workout portion, like the guy stretching. Walking out, getting in.
I don't know what kind of football you think you're going to see from that, but sure.
I mean, listen, the first 20 minutes is stretching, working out, some drills. And then,
not any kind of serious football.
I mean, listen, they weren't there for Dak's picks. They could have made more jokes about that. But the point is this. The killer is this to me. This is why this media shit, that media shit is crap. Shady McCoy on the show the next day, today. Mm-hmm. Him and Acho, of course, doing their show. And today he said that, Tony Pollard, he, quote, looks good, like based on what he's seen at camp.
Okay.
Do you guys remember what happened with Tony Pollard the last 2 days?
Yeah, I think his wife just gave birth, right?
And he was not at camp the last 2 days, and he was not there when Acho and Shady McCoy were there. So he doesn't have a clue what the fuck's going on. He literally thought he's just talking for the clickbait. He's talking for the people that don't know that much. He's talking for the dummies that sit there and say, "Ooh, yeah, they suck." And Tony Pollard was great in practice. Tony Pollard was not seen at practice.
Yeah, Tony Pollard was there in spirit, and his spirit was really good in practice.
Yeah, I mean, there was no Tony Pollard at practice. So again, everybody out there who's part of this family, I think, pretty much know. Well, we've been saying this for years about that kind of media. They just give you the general clickbaity, eye-grabbing shit, not the facts. Not that we know it the way a lot of these other people know it, the way that they're embedded into this thing, and they know every breath that's being taken. Sometimes there's mistakes made, of course, but it's out of, it's not done on purpose like you see the multitude of clickbaiting crap out there on ESPNs and NFL networks that they just don't give a damn. If they make a mistake, well, we got our views. So either way, that's that whole situation. Tony Pollard, of course, congrats to him. Tony Pollard and Kara, his wife, gave birth to a new member here, to his family, little baby girl. Congrats to him. So there's the Tony Pollard situation. Any quick comments on this, baby?
No, again, congrats to Tony Pollard once again. But yeah, honestly, not surprised that some of the media people try to kind of, finesse their way into talking about the Cowboys and bullshitting their way through Cowboy stuff. So
yeah, it's more of the.
I'm just saying,
it's more about the attacking of the.
It's pretty easy to tell that Tony Pollard was not there, considering
the attacking of Dak Prescott and the attacking of the Cowboys, and then they kind of make up shit. How reliable is that?
And that's my issue. What I'm trying to say. It just, it's very easy to keep the Cowboys' name in their mouths, but when it's actually time to, see what the heck our Cowboys are actually up to, they basically just saw us do some stretching. Cool, congrats, way to go. So, there we go. Let me see here. And no, when we say attacking, we don't mean anybody here in the chat, real quick.
No. Yeah, that's not the... No, we're not saying attacking... no, did I say that? I don't know.
No. Just want to clarify.
No, I'm just saying, we all understand why these channels do this stuff. The media, like the McCoys, they're saying to us, they say to you and I, guys, right? They tell us on TV that Dak Prescott is this kind of quarterback. That this is the way the Cowboys suck because of this reason. They go to the camp, they act like big, they take some pictures of Twitter and Instagram. They stay 45 minutes when there's stretching going on and the players walk onto the field, and then they leave. Then the next day they lie. How do you trust that kind of reporting? How do you trust that kind of talking head or analyst, whatever you want to call him? Shady McCoy played football. He never got into a heated argument with a leader on this team. Come on. That's the whole point here. They lie, and they're doing it just to get you to watch. Mm-hmm. Not giving you the facts is the point.
So Brian said Stephen A. Smith started this mess, but none can replicate it like him. At least he sometimes can be funny. Yeah. I don't like his takes though.
Me neither. But it's freedom of speech, and I have no problem with him talking his shit because one day we'll win, and he'll have to eat his words. But what I'm thinking is he does it in a certain way that's at least a little bit more entertaining and factual. The other guys, the Skip Baylesses, to me, are like the disaster, disgusts. They're the ones that are fake. Yeah,
Sick Aguilar 04 said, McCoy's a straight-up dork. His take on any team on that show is horrendous. Not sure why they hired dummies instead of more knowledgeable ex-players.
Because the dummies bring up stupid comments and points.
Said it. The fools just like to keep a bunch of drama
Exactly. Going. The fools like to keep the clown show going, the circus going. And they don't care who gets thrown in that mix. It's other teams sometimes, other players. And, of course, when they get to throw the Cowboys in there, it heightens their fucking viewage. So, you know how that goes. So, now as we get into let's get into this practice, baby. And we're going to start off here with your favorite part of things. All right? We're going to do it with the kicking. Brandon Aubrey. You see him here, guys, knocking it through, although to me, it looks like it's not really going through. It looks a little shady there, a little to the right. But Brandon Aubrey, his routine was working, guys. He had the first perfect field goal set of training camp. He went 9 for 9. From between 33 to 43 yards.
There we go.
And with the field breeze and everything. The first time in camp, Aubrey made all of his field goal attempts, 9 for 9. From 33 three times, 36, 37, 38, 39, 41, and 43 yards. Seeing Dak hitting that corner pocket of the end zone, boom, bullseye, in the bucket. Doing a great job there, practicing to throw it to a location, which you'll see later being used. Here's the drill to the tight ends. John Stevens with the catch there at the back of the end zone. Keep an eye on 49 for this game against Jacksonville. So, again, Aubrey, guys, just so you know, after 2 short attempts, he actually continued his kicks and had 2 more attempts in the actual practice itself. And he finished 11 for 11 in his practice for the kicker. So, Aubrey at least had a good day. Not saying that answers our problems or answers all our questions. There's Peyton Hendershot with the touchdown at the back of the end zone.
And Mike Aldana, no Vizcaino, no problem. Seems like that's all Brandon Aubrey needed to get going.
One day. That's only been one day.
I'm joking.
I know. No, I'm saying, but he was perfect. We'll see how he does in the game when the lights come on. There's Wanye Thomas, number 30. Banged knees there. Walked off for a little bit. It looked like he was okay, though, for the rest of the practice. And, Wanye, we talked about it earlier, one of the injuries of the day. You can see a couple injuries here. As the mojo moments come, you can see Tyler Biadasz here, center, get his knee rolled, his ankle rolled. Watch this here, unfortunately, right there. Wait, no, I don't know where it is. There it is, right at the end. Gets rolled, and that's what you'll see him walk off to the tent, and then you'll see him walk off the actual field. So I'll go through a couple more points here about the Cowboys. First team secondary. Our starting defensive backfield, corners and safeties, all around the field today, guys. In this practice, again, you're going to see it. One of the star of this practice was Trayvon Diggs. No question, no diggity, no doubt. He was dominant. Cooper Rush, number 10, looked pretty good. He'll be playing a lot against Jacksonville. He had a good day. Jalen Tolbert, number 18, was consistent. He was making a touchdown catch at the back of the end zone. By the way, here's Biadasz, 63, the center, starting center, Pro Bowler out of this game. As we're seeing the offense get back on the field, and you're seeing, different guys get hit here with Dak to Brandon Cooks. Here you're seeing Dak, handing the ball off to Malik Davis. To me, I think he should be the number 2, but the Cowboys are saying Rico Dowdle, number 23, will be. Here you're seeing little Deuce Vaughn take it to the outside and get himself a good chunk of yards using that speed. And then, you're seeing, again, you're seeing the difference in height there with Deuce and the rest of the guys on the field. But Schoonmaker, you'll see him in a minute here, guys, coming on the field. Malik Davis took reps as the first team running back. Mazi Smith, again, we said was out of precaution. There's a free play for Cooper Rush. There's the injury to Durden. On the deep pass, what a catch. Touchdown. But he gets up, and then I guess he's concussed because he kind of goes back down. They celebrate a little bit. You will see him, unfortunately, having to walk off the field. So, again, he's ruled out for the Jacksonville game, losing chances to earn that star with the Cowboys.
Yeah, that really sucks for him.
Yeah, for him it's bad there. Now, we're going to touch on some of these more, of course, the Trayvon Diggs picks were crazy good. Fans in there in the house, as always, representing yesterday. Today, not allowed. Today was a walkthrough, no film on that. Here's some of the passing here drills to the receivers. You see, after they did their little mojo moments, it just was in the middle of their routine, right? They go to their mojo moments. They were throwing it to tight ends. They go to mojo moments. Now they're throwing back to the receivers on a drill. You'll see the only guy who drops it, unfortunately, is number 9, Kevontae Turpin. So he'll have to,
Sucks for him, unfortunately.
Well, again, just one drop. But again, he just had to, Dennis Houston doing his thing. We got to make sure that Turpin, when the lights come on, he gets utilized. I want to see how he gets used and how he does in this game coming up. Oh, Turpin. So again, but Turpin was used a lot today in this practice. You'll see him as a running back. You see him here, a little fake receiver screen. And then look at this speeding up here for Cooper Rush's pass. Boom, beautiful. He really turned on the burners there. I want to see him on the field on Saturday night or Saturday evening against Jacksonville, and how we're going to utilize number 9 out there. I'm excited to see him out there. Now, we're going to see Luke Schoonmaker, number 86, shortly. He was out there taking part in a more of a full practice today. He caught a touchdown pass from Will Greer, which was nice. Again, he went low for the throw away from the defender at the goal line and was able to make a nice catch. But it was really his other catch that set it up. That Schoonmaker really was looking nice out there. Now, look at this. Simi Fehoko. Right there, beating Kelvin Joseph. Once again, Kelvin Joseph not having a good camp at all. But Simi Fehoko didn't drop that one. A nice catch there for him as there's a slant. Here, boom, real quick to Gallup. So, again, you're seeing against Diggs. Now, take a look at this one here, baby. Jalen Brooks, 7th-round pick against DaRon Bland. What a pass from Dak, and what a great catch from Brooks right there. That's what we want to see. He's going to number 83 is going to be playing a lot. Now, here, you see Trayvon, I think, is that Diggs? Yeah, Diggs on Turpin right there. Turpin, kind of using that stop and go route, that comeback route for that catch. So, again, we're going to see a lot of him on offense on Saturday. So, I'm looking forward to see what number 9 is going to do. And Dak is as well, I think. So, now, again, here you're seeing some other plays going down, some other routes being run. Stephon Gilmore really doing well there. It looks like a little hole on Gallup. But nope, Dak gets the ball perfectly to Gallup there. Here's one with Israel Mukuamu in coverage against Gallup. Gallup gets him there. And then CeeDee Lamb, I think, goes against Izzy Mukuamu here. And Izzy has to hold him. penalty right there. Held him, put flag, CD drawing the flag. That's what he does as well as making the plays, right? So either way, we're good there. But we'll see Schoonmaker here in a minute as CD walks back. Trayvon Diggs had a great, mind-blowing, kind of team practice, the 11-on-11 practice. He picked off Dak Prescott 2 times, and he dropped a 3rd interception, which would have been a very difficult interception, but he still had hands on it, and it almost he put it in. He just was out of bounds when he caught it. So again, very great plays by Diggs. He did get burned once. You'll see it later. Oh, there's I guess a flag on Kelvin Joseph, not having a good camp here at all. So Cooper Rush looking, quick throwing here to Tyron Johnson in the back of the end zone. Eric Scott in coverage. I do not think that was a catch. Goal line using number 42, little man Deuce Vaughn. And he got stuffed. They're going to celebrate. But I just think they got to try him out, I guess. But I think it's bad usage, this short yardage stuff, goal line or short yardage. So, you guys let me know what you think. But again, when you look at Diggs' defense, guys, Dak beat Diggs for a touchdown with Brandon Cooks. You'll see that here in a little bit. You'll see him beat him with Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup does a great run there. To me here, you're getting a lot of great viewage of Deuce Vaughn. And I think when he gets the outside, he gets hit here. Boom. Tackled, right? But you got to get low to take him down. Deuce is not going to stop. He's loose.
Yeah, it's hard when his center of gravity is so much lower, and you have to get much lower than your usual kind of tackling stance.
Here's Deuce on the outside, and when he gets to the corner, he can scurry out. I love some of the other stuff Deuce did later on in his clips. You'll see him, like in this play here. Watch this. He just scoots right through and puts the move on Malik Hooker. Whoop! I think he burns him. I don't think he gets hit directly there. That's why I think people are a little misjudging of maybe the Deuce Vaughn factor. But Deuce Vaughn, I do think, has some usage on here. If you hide him behind the trees, it's going to be hard. You're going to be hard to react to him once he breaks out through the hole there. So again, I'm looking forward to seeing the usage the Cowboys have with Deuce Vaughn for preseason in this upcoming preseason game. Now here you're seeing, Cooper Rush going back and incompletion there. Great coverage there by Deshaun Wright. He got rough out there a little bit. Here you're seeing another play pass to Jalen Tolbert with the catch down low against Eric Scott Jr., 6th-round pick. And then here you're seeing, is that Dak Prescott? I don't know who that is. No, it's Cooper Rush to Dennis Houston. Beautiful play there. They're finally connecting. And here's Luke Schoonmaker, guys. As you can see, number 86, trying to find a little room, makes the catch going low. Touchdown. So, again, good to see Schoonmaker getting some usage in there and see Dak. I think looks to the back and hits Ferguson, keeping his toes in, although it was out of bounds. Making the play there. Again, Dak kind of trying to roll left, roll right. Here he got pressured, threw the ball away, basically. But again, a great catch there by Gallup and getting up, not getting injured, thank goodness. You're going to see a lot of great plays by Trayvon Diggs here coming up soon because we always show the offense first. But when you look at some of the things Schottenheimer was talking about, offensive coordinator, oh, look at that hold right there. And then, boom, Tolbert touchdown in the back of the end zone. Let me just say one real quick thing here, guys. On the Doomsday podcast, offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer said this about the Cowboys at training camp. Touchdown, by the way, Dak Prescott to Brandon Cooks. He said this: there's changes, but we also protect a bunch of stuff that makes those guys feel like, okay, this is very similar to what we've been doing in the past. And the changes, well, they actually like them. As you can see here, Gallup loves this touchdown from Dak Prescott, but it was all about the Gallup move. Watch this. On Trayvon Diggs, press coverage, man, boom, beats him off the line of scrimmage, it's over. Dak put it out there, easy, TD for the Cowboys, Gallup, and the offense. So again, the offense seems to be nice and it's working, right? Here's Dak Prescott rolling out, and then there comes the defense. Trayvon Diggs with a beautiful catch. Trayvon Diggs letting everyone hear it, throwing the football. You'll see another replay of this in a minute. A closer view of him. Oh, not a nice catch. It looks like almost CeeDee Lamb was kind of stopping on the play. Dak looked like he was just throwing it out of bounds. Trayvon with an amazing play, amazing effort. You got to love our new number one cornerback, getting paid that number one cornerback money. He's got to put up those numbers, right? That's what he got paid to do, make those plays. So that's one of the reasons why he's putting a wrinkle there. Not a wrinkle, he's throwing a wrench into Schottenheimer's plans a little bit there. So Dennis Houston, number 17 at receiver, had his most productive day at camp, made some diving catches in the end zone. Cooper Rush throwing the ball to him in 7-on-7 work. We seen that a minute ago. He had 3 other catches in this same practice. And by the way, number 50, second-year linebacker Devin Harper, 6th-round pick last year, did a nice job stopping a screen to Rico Dowdle. The Cowboys are trying to do more screens in camp right now. It is not working with Schottenheimer. So that's not a good sign. No screens are not working. Now, by the way, this is the other interception, the second one. What a pick by Trayvon Diggs. And again, you see the side angle. It was more of a, nice little Deion Sanders with the ball in the air. Simi Foco didn't like that too much. But Trayvon Diggs is all over the place. He's making that receiver move. Like, he's making these receiver catches and these moves that the receivers kind of, are known for making. He adjusts and targets that ball while it's in the air. Fantastic job by him. Now, here's another throw. Almost his third interception. My God, he actually catches it. Brandon Cooks is the target. Dak puts it in a good... This reminds me of the bucket throw. Good spot for Dak. But Trayvon Diggs is glued to him. Makes the catch, of course, out of bounds. What a play by Trayvon Diggs. What a day for him. And listen, to end practice, as we're wrapping this up now, guys, this is the end of one of the last plays of practice. Dak Prescott trying to get the ball in the end zone, and who's there? Not Trayvon, LVE with the INT, and he takes the knee for the win. Here it is again from the back of the field, back of the end zone angle, right in front of the Gallup there. Gallup was the target. Stephon Gilmore was in also very good coverage. LVE underneath zone, and ends it there. Dak, a little bit upset about that, showing the end of this practice. The team drills, once again, dominated by the defense. And again, like I said, it was basically all the backups on our offensive line were on that field today, except for Terrence Steele. So, a hard day for the offense. Another win for the defense. Do not get fooled, because it's it's not easy out there to run the offense when you have your arms tied behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
So, any quick thoughts in the chat maybe before we get to the finale of things and the last words from our players?
So Dak's being asked to carry this whole team. I
mean, again, he has enough. He has more weapons this year than last year, at least, right, to carry the team. He's got more, but you can't listen. Dak, I rather he throws interceptions against our guys. I rather he takes chances in practice against our guys. By doing this, all it means is that you're going to get better on game day. Right now, Dak is practicing against the best defense, or one of at least the top 3 defense in the NFL right now. That cannot be a bad thing. That's a great thing. Against lesser defenses, and most of them are out there, Dak's going to have a field day. Against similar defenses, he'll have an idea by the time we get to week one, and into the important games of the season, playoffs, and beyond. You know what I mean? That's Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm. So, real quick, Thomas Garrett also said, our offense and defense are challenging each other.
Exactly. Iron sharpens iron. You can't get mad. People will say, we want to see them play against good competition. They're playing against each other, which is good competition, and Dak is winning some of these, and Dak's losing some of these, right?
Some of those same people are the same ones that were crying the other day because Trayvon and Dak got into it, and there's disrespect, and there's, you know what I mean, and they hate each other now or whatever. This is just normal football stuff.
This is like 21st century football stuff, but that's has been going on like this, and that's what's going to continue to go on. It's just good, healthy football, and hey, the point here is that Trayvon Diggs, he's winning some of these matchups. But you saw him lose some of these matchups. You saw him lose in some of these drills. You saw him lose in some of the team stuff when Cook's beating him in the end zone. Dak with a beautiful pass. It goes both ways. But yeah, Dak made more mistakes in this one. In the end of this practice, than he has the whole entire training camp. And the defense he's going up against is continuously getting better. We love it. Iron sharpens iron. They're both getting better. Like you just said there, Mr. Garrett, the superior Garrett. They're challenging each side, and that's only going to make our team better.
So, and guys, before I touch base on a few of our players who spoke, make sure to take a second to hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You guys can follow us on all social media at MyCowboysFamily, and hop into our Discord link for that in the description box down below. But first, I know Mr. MCF has a shout-out to give as well.
Yeah,
in just a second here.
Yeah, actually, I'll do it right now. Guys, you know why he's here. The king of the Cash App. Oh, not him. That's the king of the Cash App. But you know why he's here. The leader of the Cash App, Snug X, dropping a $10 holla right in the house. Continuing.
You, Snug.
Yes, always appreciate the man, Snug X. And what was the reason, baby? Can you, we know the reason, but what was his, did he say anything on that?
A classic Go Cowboys.
Much love, Snug. Appreciate you. And, he keeps that top shelf, the top spot here on the overall board and the Cash App board. Much love to Snug X. Appreciate him.
Ooh. So, now, Nope, all good. Let me go ahead and make sure we, like I said, touch base on some of our players who spoke these last handful of days, right? So, I don't know if you have any particular preference on the order.
No, actually, it's funny. I'm seeing here Stubby 1085. He's saying, anybody care about that running back situation? Am I alone here? We care. That's one of the things I talked about earlier, Stubby, about finding out what's the depth situation with these running backs without Ronald Jones, without Tony Pollard in this, game. Who are we going to see out there? It's going to be Deuce Vaughn. I think he's more of a specialist back. You got, I think, Malik Davis versus Rico Dowdle. To me, that's going to be the battle to see who wins that spot there behind Tony Pollard. And then you got Tyler Lipke. Can he be the short yardage guy? I think there's a possibility of 2 out of these 4 guys making this team along with Tony Pollard. Ronald Jones will be on the, probably on the exempt list for 2 weeks. We can figure out what to do with him 2 weeks into the season. But yeah, as far as what we got, we got no Zeke as well now. So we're down to these 6 guys, and we're going to have to see 4 of them against Jacksonville. I'm concerned to a point. I think that there's ever an issue. Let's say something happens and one of these guys get hurt and we can't go with Malik. We just don't trust Malik Davis or Rico Dowdle. What happens is, I think the Cowboys end up finding a running back out there because there's so many running backs available in free agency. Not just now. I'm saying into the season. There's going to be a lot of running backs available in free agency into the season that the Cowboys can still sign anybody they want if someone goes down. Into the season. Anyways, there you go.
Bushmans, thank you. Much love.
Appreciate you. Welcome to the family here, my Cowboys family.
Oh, appreciate you, of course. And to everybody here chilling, hanging with us, subscribing, showing the love, hitting like. Of course, representing on all the boards here is Jason Renfro, by the way, the sponsor of the week.
What I meant to say there.
Boss, the Cash App King, the membership lead. The membership man this week.
And he's also got the lead in the membership as well, trying to go back-to-back like our 90s Cowboys. Yeah. But like we just said a minute ago, Snug X is in the lead on the overall board and the Cash App side of things. So he's coming for a couple of those boards as well. Jason Renfro's got the, got the Wanye Thomas, the number 30 up there on the stream boss as we speak. He's got control of that, though, almost for a full second week now. So much love to you. Everybody in the house, dropping the love in any way you guys do. Appreciate every single one of you as we continue with the Cowboy news, info, and discussions here. Specifically with the smallest player on our team and the smallest player right now in the NFL. You know his name, Deuce Vaughn.
You know it.
We'll see some video clips because he spoke yesterday, and he spoke, a lot. So you'll see him here in some clips. Baby, what did Deuce Vaughn, number 42 for our Dallas Cowboys, 5'5", 176 pounds. What do you have to say here as we're seeing the goal line stand?
So he touched on playing his first preseason game this Saturday, saying, "I'm ready to go out and cut it loose. I love this game.
The deuce is loose.
I love everything that comes with it. I'm super excited to go out there and show exactly what I can do. I'm excited to get back to AT&T Stadium, especially now because you're going to have the star on the side of your helmet and the star in the middle of your helmet. So it's going to be something else."
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Love it. So, honestly, that
they're earning the star.
Yes, that was I'm just saying, that was the main thing that he said. He really did not say everything else he said was just kind of mainly more fluff. That was the real heft of the football side.
As you can see here, what he's doing is some of the stuff he's doing in practice, if utilized right, Deuce Vaughn's going to be he's going to be electric. He's going to make us ecstatic. He's going to be electric come Saturday against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I do believe we're going to see what this little guy's got. And, everyone's going to be out to get him. Everyone's going to be out to knock him to last year. But you know what? I think that he's going to be surprising some people. Now, if he's used to pass protect, we're in trouble. If you use on goal line, we're in trouble. It's going to look bad. But if you use him with getting him in space against linebackers, you're going to win a lot of those. Dude's going to get you 10 yards, 7 yards, maybe more than that yards. Maybe break one. Like you see here, it's a move or two, he could be gone. So I'm excited to see what Dude's going to bring to the table against the Jacksonville Jaguars on Saturday evening. Right here on My Cowboys Family. We got the camera on. We're going to get our reactions, live reactions to everything here on MCF. Much love, by the way. Jason Renfro with the dollar holler here. You know what that means? It's Go Cowboys.
Thank you so much, Jason. Always Go Cowboys.
Yes, and he's trying to get some of the lead back here, trying to get himself to the top spot. Maybe a back-to-back across the board. A back-to-back four-peat, like a Ford takeover. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Much
be
love,
something.
Jason. Yeah, 31 points. Got 31 now. Tyler Coyle on the stream boss. So Deuce spoke. Who else spoke, baby? I know running backs were going. We're speaking a lot. I know Rico kind of spoke as well. With we talk about Deuce Vaughn. You're going to see a lot of Deuce Vaughn on against Jacksonville. We talk about Deuce Vaughn because he's 5'5". Mm-hmm. But Rico Dowdle is the favorite right now to McCarthy, Jones, and all those guys. He's the favorite, Rico Dowdle, when it comes to getting that RB2 spot behind Tony Pollard. So what did Rico Dowdle say about his upcoming chances? We can't forget about him, guys.
Yeah, he said, "I'm feeling good, and I've been working on the small things this offseason."
Hey, is that a dig at Deuce? I'm just joking. Go ahead.
Making sure my body's right. I was out since week 5 last year, so I've had a lot of time to get my body right and come in and be prepared, but definitely feeling good, ready to go, get to the preseason, and see how this is going to shake out. So, earlier this Tuesday, by the way, McCarthy had even said, Rico's probably had the most impressive pass pro pickups so far in camp.
Pass protection.
So just kind of, keep that tucked in the back of your mind,
know
right?
Deuce,
When we're talking all about Rico.
We know Deuce hasn't. That's another key there.
No, he has not. So, kind of going back to what Rico had to say, he said, "I've always taken pride in it as far as pass protection pickups since college. You have to protect the quarterback. You've got to take pride in pass protection." Man, there's a tongue twister.
Yeah, say that 10
Pride
times
in
fast.
pass protection. And that's one of the roles that Zeke was great at. So I've got to come in and do it. And I've always taken pride in pass protection since I was in high school.
Rico's not dumb. He knows. Rico Dowdle knows. That's who's going to make this team, is the guy who can provide better pass protection as the backup and a more complete all-around running back than Malik Davis is right now. Of course, more than Deuce Vaughn is as a number 2. So that's where he's coming from on this.
Yeah, and of course he was asked, health-wise, how he's feeling.
He has that hip issue for the last 2 years.
Yeah, but he actually was smiling really big and was very positive when he mentioned this. He said, "I did lots of stretching and conditioning, just staying on it. I've always been a soft tissue guy in my career, so stretching and just staying on top of that. I get in the hot tub every day and then the cold tub after practice every day. Doing the small things for my body and just staying on top of it." So...
Yeah, Rico is just making sure if he gets injured again, it's gonna be sad ending to his career. Unfortunately, with the third injury at the same time, that hip, he's got to protect it. He's keeping healthy.
Yeah, very much so. Adding in their biggest opportunity in my life to back up Pollard and get that number 2 spot. I've been here 4 years, so I'm looking for the competition and the battle and the opportunity that comes with it being that number 2 role. Looking forward to showing what I can do.
Speaking of number 2 role, never number 2, Jason Renfro with that $2 holler right there. You know what he said? Go Cowboys!
Always.
Much love, Jason Renfro. 33 points.
Thank you, Jason.
That's a Damone Clark on that board up there. 33 for Jason Renfro.
Yeah, he's just slowly but surely, continuously powering himself back up there.
He is.
So.
That he is. Appreciate him as always. Much love, Jason Renfro.
But yeah,
he's up in that lead right now.
Dowdle has really just been held back mainly by his health. He actually was showing a few flashes pretty much actually last year too.
McCarthy was loving it, right? He was showing flashes 2 years ago before he got injured. Stubby, 1085.
He said,
he
"Hold
dropped
my beer."
He talking about running backs. He dropped that $20 Tony Pollard.
Woo.
Holla.
Thank you so much, Stubby.
What did the man
1085.
Stubby say? He jumps right into second place on this board, by the way.
Vamos Vaqueros.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, always. And thank you so much, Stubby.
Hell
Appreciate you, of course.
Oh yeah, but always,
Jason Renfro down to a Michael Gallup.
Ooh. Yeah, that was a quick. It was Damone Clark. Now we got Michael Gallup on that screen.
Yeah, hey.
That's how far he is from
That's
dropping
how quickly
that.
you go from defense to offense.
Hey, by the way, with that drop right there, he is behind Jason Renfro in front of Skeptical Fan in third place for Stubby. 1085. Appreciate you, brother. As always, go Cowboys.
Yeah, so like I said, Dowdle obviously is no stranger to injury, unfortunately, but he also knows that you can't let any opportunity pass you by. So he did go on to say, "You got to stay locked in, stay on top of your shit. It's always next man up. You never know what might happen, so stay on top of your shit. Just be ready and be prepared when your time comes. And I've got the opportunity now. Zeke texted us in a group chat.
Wait, I'm sorry. He said he texted them?
Yeah, Zeke texted us in a group chat wishing us good luck and saying he knew we'd go out there and handle business.
So again, Zeke is very much in close contact with Dak Prescott, with the running backs.
Zeke has lots of friends still on this Cowboy team, but yeah, still interesting that he's still talking to them now.
Very connected.
Hopefully they're not letting anything slip, right? He's
obviously
kind of hoping he has at least what he's considering for himself, like a breakout season. He was kind of asked, like, you think that this year is going to be that year for yourself? He said, yes, sir, I've got the opportunity to. It's all set in stone for me. I just have to go out there and win my job, keep doing what I'm doing, and everything else will take care of itself. So, very well spoken there by Dowdle. I'm actually really excited. I'll be the first one to say I had major doubts. I was ready to give up on him last year based on everything that was going on. But of course, very, very pleasantly happy that things seem to be working out in that direction, just because even early on, we kind of figured he was the best guy for the job at the time. And none of the guys that we brought in really compete with him at that level. So it was really his spot to lose.
Yeah, and
it seems like he's really fulfilling that role that, like you said, McCarthy seems to have wanted him to fill.
He's always done stuff enough to get on the team and make it, get on the practice squad or not practice squad, but get on the 53 and he'd be injured. And there's something that he's always been liked about, something about him that's always been special. And the Cowboys, they're still propping him as the top running back behind Pollard. I just want to know. I want to see how Malik Davis does. I still have a feeling Malik Davis has got some potential as well there. So we'll wait and see. Listen, Rico spoke, Deuce spoke. We know Tony's going to speak probably tomorrow after practice about his daughter's birth. So the running backs, we know we're gonna we still got Tyler Lipke and we still got like I said, Malik Davis in this mix along with Deuce and Rico. Of course, we got Ronald Jones with the injury and going to be suspended for 2 games. So we don't know what his status is going to end up being, but. That's the rundown on the running back side of things. I don't know. Did he speak anymore? Or are we kind of going on
that was it.
To the defensive side of the ball, I think, now, right? To the rookie.
Even Overshone had to say, what's up, everybody, right? He is very much looking forward to continuing to improve. He said, my best football is definitely in front of me. I'm still learning something new about this position every day. So, and of course, he is still fighting out there on the field to get playing time. So a lot of that will depend on everybody else and how healthy they are and things like that. But that's, honestly, it's a good thing.
He's still got time. He's a rookie. He's got time.
It's a good thing in that
measured snaps.
If someone does go down, right, he does get that play time that he obviously needs. But thankfully, if he doesn't get that play time, it's a good thing because it means our starters are out there and healthy and good.
Exactly. I mean, I want our starters, but I think the key thing here is, will Overshone get a chance to maybe be in some kind of rotation, some kind of package? Can he make enough hits and make enough plays that can earn him maybe 10 snaps, 12 snaps a game? That would be the best start to his career. I think you can see. If you can get 12 snaps,
he knows that he needs to do more than just be a good defensive player. He said, I want to be a 4-core special teams guy. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get to that point. I definitely feel like I've been showing my toughness, my grit, my willingness to work and do whatever it takes to get on the field. I've just got to continue stacking those bricks. So, I mean, hey, stack those bricks, Overshone, right? So, and of course, some of the biggest talk around town has been Overshone and his picks, right? Very impressive so far.
Yeah, he had 2 of them in one practice, basically. And both of them kind of tip, great awareness. Right there to make the play.
Yeah.
So
and one of them, by the way, to end the practice, which is kind of like a bit of a cherry on top. And he said it felt good. I've been telling myself that play is going to come. I've been saying all my career that I'm one of those guys that any play can be a play where I'm looking to change the game.
Remember, guy? Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm not done. But he said, I feel like a play like that in a game would have changed it. That practice was so intense the whole day. So to just end it like that, I was waiting for it. It feels like the gates have finally opened and there's a flood coming now.
I love hearing that from him, but the other thing is this: I keep thinking of him in my mind because he started off as a safety. I still think of him as a safety. He's a linebacker out there getting interceptions, being an agile, versatile linebacker that can cover, that can hit, that can do all these things. A very well-rounded, a little lighter, right? But he's not a run stopper. He's a guy that's out there going to be used like a Jabril Cox type. I think we're going to see if Cox can't do it, Overshone is not going to blow it. Let me put it that way. Sounds really weird, but you guys feel me on that. So I think Overshone's going to definitely run with his chances the way that someone like Damone Clark did last year at his linebacker spot. Like specifically, is different than Overshone's linebacker spot. So I don't know. That's my thoughts there. Now I know we had going back to the offense a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I think the man MG13, which is the number that's on the board there for Jason Renfro, a $13 holler, gets you. That's Stream Boss up there,
That's
Jason
right.
Renfro. But let's talk about Mr. Michael Gallup, because he did speak about the Cowboys, basically talking about how he was not in the right place mentally during this last year, and he recovered from that injury that he had at the end of the 2021 season. So what did he say, baby? The full context from Michael Gallup about his injury and coming back, playing last year, mentally not all there from that injury.
He said, I think just coming off really any injury, you've got to make sure you have your mentals right. Everybody says they're good, but there's always something a little bit up under the table you're not trying to express to anybody. But that was my big problem. I said I was good, but mentally I wasn't ready. Physically, I knew I was good, so I could go out there and do enough. But it wasn't enough to be out there. I shouldn't have been playing like that. So, I mean, that's a big statement coming from him. And then basically he was kind of asked, do you feel like you're in a better spot now? Physically and mentally, obviously. Gallup said, oh, yeah, definitely. That's how it's kind of always been all my years here playing for the Cowboys. Just kind of been that third wide receiver, a little outlier. But if they get doubled, that means that I've got to be the one-on-one. So that's easy pickings for me.
How do you feel about that? I do think that he makes a lot of sense.
I think he's
when you have the talent to been improved at the receiver spot.
And not just that, but I think that he's just gotten really comfortable with knowing what his role is here in Dallas and what he's here to do, right? Like, he's never going to be a CeeDee Lamb, so he might as well really embrace being a Michael Gallup. And constantly being underestimated, which I think is part of the point he's trying to say. Like, hey, people underestimate me or forget about me or whatever, and the next thing you know, bam, bye.
I mean, I can't wait. I cannot wait for everyone to forget about lucky number 13.
Oh, yes.
Because when that happens, and they're covering CD with their best guy, and then they got Brandon Cooks, he's giving their guys problems in the slot, and then Michael Gallup's just sitting there going against their third cornerback, toasting them, getting that toe drag swag on the sideline, making those plays like he did in previous years. You're already seeing this from him against Stephon Gilmore, one of the top corners in the league, on our team here now. Against Diggs, you've seen Gallup doing these moves and doing a great job and getting away from those guys, Stephon Gilmore and Trayvon Diggs, that we just saw in this practice video, from yesterday, but of course we just played it here tonight. So great stuff there from Gallup. Is that all he said?
Yes.
So now we have the finale. The greatest player on our team, Micah Parsons.
One of the greatest players in the NFL, Micah Parsons.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Without question. I mean, the 9th best player ranked according to his what do you call? I'm gonna get Gallup out of there. According to his peers, the players in the NFL. Let's look at last year's best. As Micah talks, as he throws McGlinchey with that Reggie White move, Micah Parsons is all focused upon getting Dak Prescott, but also getting that Super Bowl and getting Dak Prescott in practice, of course. What about the Super Bowl? 'Cause that's what we all want here. What about winning that Super Bowl? What did he say? He was on the pivot, and he spoke.
He said, I can't wait for mine. I've only been here 2 years, and I'm tired of watching. I feel like every year I've been here, I had a team that's capable. I didn't walk into a bad organization with bad talent. My first year, we lost to 49ers because we were undisciplined. We had so many penalties, offsides, we're about to get the ball back. We got a defensive holding on the D lineman. That's non-football. That's not football related. We missed our opportunities last year with the drop picks and stuff. I don't even blame the offense, bro. It's self-reflection. People don't want to do that. It's so easy to blame someone else, but what didn't I do?
I love that attitude he has. It's
a
out of
very
his world.
refreshing mindset.
Out of his world. I love it. I mean, it's kind of expected from him at this point, right? So, again, he kept talking about winning the Super Bowl and wanting it really, really badly. The sooner the better. What did Micah say?
I want it early in my career, bro. I need it bad. I'm tired of watching Super Bowls and suites. It's cool being with the celebs and seeing LeBron and Kevin Hart and stuff. Man, I want to be the one that they're clapping for.
Hey, look, he just wants to be in center stage, Super Bowl, front and center. I do not disagree with him. He also spoke about kind of getting to that point in practice. He ran into Dak Prescott a little bit and, hit him in the leg there. Micah Parsons spoke about basically coming after Dak Prescott and relentless.
Yeah,
what did he say?
And honestly, this cracked me up because he said, every day I tell Dak, I'm coming for you. Every day I'm competing. It's nothing personal. I feel like I've got to be greater than him every time. I was watching Michael Jordan's documentary, And I said, I wanted to see who...
No, he said... I think Michael Jordan
said, I wanted to see who the leader on the court was. He said, I went straight at him. So every day, I'm coming at you. You're the leader, so I've got to attack you.
If you guys understand, if you guys got the context, Michael Jordan would go after... It's kind of like the saying that if you're in prison, you go after the biggest, baddest guy. Michael Jordan's like, who's the guy that's the leader on this team? That's who I'm attacking every single day,
and who's
constantly,
the leader
nonstop.
On most teams for
the quarterback. The quarterback.
It's a quarterback.
And so that's why Mike is, I'm not personal. I'm just going after number 4. He's the quarterback. That's my job, is to get him constantly, nonstop attacking. I want to go after the leader. It's not just the quarterback. It's the leader of the team. That's who Mike is going after, and he's going full throttle. And again, all I want to say is this is about being competitive. He's an insane maniac at being competitive. We've seen this. We've talked about this for years here on the channel. But again, guys, I think that's one of the things that separate him from the rest. I think that's one of the things that separated Jordan from the best of the best. Jordan was the greatest, in my opinion. Similar reasons that Micah's given right there, and similar reasons why Micah Parsons is able to do what he's doing.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty much it from our wonderful linebacker / defensive, juggernaut, Micah Parsons. And last but not least, baby, at least on my side, Tolbert also spoke,
right.
Had a little something to say here. So he said, it's surreal how fast it's come as far as the upcoming game this Saturday. He said, I'm excited to go out and continue to get better, continue to compete, and show my improvement from last season. I'm ready to go out and have fun with my brothers. So,
Tolbert, right here, you see him sneaking up. He's fighting Turpin. He's trying to get that 4th spot there. Him and Turpin, I think, are the ones leading that battle. I think Jalen Brooks, number 83, another guy you got to look in the mix of those 4, 5, and 6 spots. So Tolbert's got to come ready for this. He cannot make mistakes like he made last year.
Yeah, so he said that my comfort level is day and night.
Huh.
Obviously, once you do something for a year and have the opportunity to do it again, you'll be more confident and comfortable in what you're doing. Just coming out this year, understanding what's required of me, what I need to do, where I need to be, and understanding the chemistry I need with Dak in the offense, being in the spot I'm expected to be in and making the play I'm expected to make is what we worked on this offseason. So there you go. Excellent.
That's, again, speaking as one thing, we're seeing him getting better. He's better than he was last year at this time, which he should damn well better be. And I think he's continuing to grow on that. I think he's continuing to climb on that. So let's hope Jalen Tolbert is able to build on the horrible rookie year. Don't forget that. And he's understanding things better. It's an easier offense to understand, smoother to kind of comprehend. Major for Tolbert to take the next step forward.
So he, of course, also spoke a little bit more, right? So he said, just coming out this year, understanding what's required of me, what I need to do, where I need to be, understanding the chemistry I need with Dak in the offense, being in the spot I'm expected to be in, making the play I'm expected to make is what we worked on this offseason. And he also spoke about some of his hobbies and kind of fun stuff that he... Well, I'm just saying.
That's good.
Saying that he said, I love art and I love to draw. Even in college, I would go to the art field house, just draw up plays. Being able to draw it up, able to see the spots and picture it is the way that I learn. And this past off-season in my game room at my house, I got a dry erase board installed there, and I was just kind of drawing plays. So
obviously, he's a visual learner on this, yeah.
So he said, I made the notebook like it would be a dry erase board, drew up everything and highlighted, took pictures, side notes, had it all in my notebook so I could just open it and look at it when I needed to. So, basically...
however he learns, as long as he learns, right? If he's still struggling... We got problems there.
So and take it easy, Stubby. Again, appreciate
Stubby
you. Much love.
in
Thanks
the
for
house.
rolling through here.
Truly appreciate you, Stubby. And hey, we want this defense to dominate as well. We want to get this victory, not just in the regular season or a playoff win. We want to get that 6 and beyond. You know how it is. So on that note, baby, I think that's everything. I mean, we got to go through some comments here real quick.
Yeah. So thank you. Shout out to everybody here chilling, hanging with us. Take a second to hit like, sub it up, hit that notification bell. Follow us anywhere and everywhere, of course, at MyCowboysFamily.
You know it.
But yes, let me make sure to read some comments here. Stubby1085 also said, damn it, Jerry, stop being so poor.
Agreed.
Richest dude in the whole game, and he doesn't want to pay.
He's got to do it. We got $20 million sitting there. I know it's going to be for Dak and Zeke. I mean, Dak and CD and Micah, but Zach is like he's like $3 million.
There's enough pie.
There's a lot of pie in there.
So 808 Cowboy Bird Killer, much love. Frame Ripper said, Micah's just that dude.
100%.
He's
a generational type player.
There's football players, and then there's Micah Parsons, who is just like on another level.
Yeah,
truly.
No doubt.
So Weapon X88 said, what do you think is going to happen to Zach Martin after his contract? Do you retire, extend him? It looks like we're going to need to draft his replacement sooner.
I mean, Tyler Smith's on the left side, so again, that's not going to cover the right side. So yeah, we have to go another lineman next year just to make sure. He's got 2 years left. This year, next year. If we fix it, maybe extend him an extra year. Maybe he's got 3 more years with us. That's what we're looking at best with him and us. I think after that, he'll be gone, go another place, or retire, like you said.
So, Snug X, shout out to you. Much love.
Snug, the leader on both boards, by the way.
So,
Jason Renfro hanging on to 13.
Somebody said, I think the incident with KJ scrambled his brains to the point of no return.
I saw that. Yeah. KJ
Splenda,
needs to get on the same
what's
page.
Up?
Splenda. Nah.
Rolling back. Let me see. Frame Rippers, much love to you as well. Double R representing.
Double R.
We have Aaron Hook Chatters.
In the house.
Mike Aldana.
Mike.
I think we got everybody here. Smodius. So I should have everybody here so far as far as some of the newer comments here. But of course,
I want to make sure I shout out those that dropped the love from above here tonight on My Cowboys Family. Of course, Jason Renfro, the current 4 takeover man here in the house, the membership top guy there this last week, still holding on to the stream boss with 13 points. Sponsor of the week, trying to go for a repeat on that, back to back, and of course the Cash App King. Much love to the great Jason Renfro. He dropped the love tonight in the house. Dwayne Broussard also dropped a little love. Skeptical fan as well in here. Appreciate him. He's a 3-month champion of the membership gifting board. Always appreciate the love there. Got JJ Walsh dropping a little J-Lou too, along with Double R and Calvin Richard. Appreciate all you guys here with us. Of course, Stubby 1085 with the drop of the night. The Pollard Holler. And the man, you know why he's here. The man leading both boards right now, the overall board and the Cash App board. You know why he's here. Baby, you know why he's here. Snug X. Appreciate you. I appreciate everybody here in the house hitting that like, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell. Following us on Twitter at MyCowboysFamily. Looking up in the Discord portion of things and jumping in there for the notifications. Tomorrow we'll be bringing you all the video clips and the recaps, video recaps, so you can see for yourself, make your own judgments on some of these videos, and then we discuss it later on. But check it out. Leave your comments down below, guys. Thank you all for chilling, watching, subscribing to the channel. We're at almost 25K, guys. That's a quarter of 100,000 right there. So appreciate everybody who's growing the channel with us here on the daily, nightly, and all the time. So thank you all for every new family member jumping in and subscribing to the channel here with the family. On that note, baby, I want you to tell me, why do we do this here on My Cowboys Family each and every night?
It's that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything.
Win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly, here in MCF, we always rock that star over everything. And never forget, for 6+ years, into our 7th year here on YouTube on My Cowboys Family, never forget the number one thing here, now and forever, as always, go Cowboys. Let's get that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus and beyond. You guys in the house. I see House Nelson in the house.
Yep, Weapon X88.
Yeah, appreciate everybody. Have a good night. Stay safe out there, guys. Appreciate your drops of knowledge in the chat. It makes the experience here on MCF all that better, as well as the love from above. You guys helping the channel out all the different ways. Truly can't ask for more from the best fan base of all YouTube. On that note, though, it is time to clock out and drop out officially for the night. Relock and reload. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day and a fun show tomorrow night. Wrapping things up. And now you see preseason games going to be on starting tomorrow. We don't care about those. The only one we care about is on Saturday against the Jacksonville Jaguars in AT&T Stadium. So looking forward very much so to that. Guys, we got to get another day, another day of news, info, and updates, video, the whole 9 yards. I can't wait to discuss it tomorrow with the family. But, baby, before we can drop out officially here for the night, tell everybody what we got to do.
We got to drop the beat.
Dropped. The beat's been dropped, guys. Thank you for rocking here with us on My Cowboys Family. Again, you know who you are. If you're an Eagle fan, you pass it along and try and drop one of those, Eagle birdie little comments you guys drop in there sometimes in our comment section. Why are you watching the Cowboy channels anyways? If you are, check this out. basic mathematics here. 5 is always greater than 1. Yeah. In case they're wondering, yeah, cry Eagles cry. Thank you guys once again here rocking it with us for another Cowboys chat. This one was a training camp recap from yesterday's day 9 session. Tomorrow, day 10. And we'll be talking about we'll be posting the video recaps, the important plays of tomorrow's day. And of course, going through the whole situation, injury updates, news info updates. You know what's going down here on My Cowboys Family, right here on the M, the C, and the F. It's always about that navy blue, that silver too, that star over everything. Never, ever forget the number one thing right here on My Cowboys Family. Much love to everyone. We'll see you back tomorrow for another one. Have a good, safe night. Peace out, guys. Much love to all. And never, ever forget, go Cowboys!